Welcome everybody. We are now live. This is live stream number 301. I have a guest. I've got Derek from the YouTube channel TatPeddler. Welcome.
Hey Peter, thanks for having me.
No worries. Oh, let me just turn it up, Lazy. Oops. Forgot to turn the sound off for the other YouTube rookie error there. And talking about Derek's barn that he's doing up. You may have seen in one of his videos, which was the one I believe about a year or so ago. Where if I can find it down here, I'll put it down here. Derek's channel, the one where he went to the get the shelving.
Oh yeah,
shelving video. Yeah, you showed your barn at the end.
Did I? Oh, right. I can't
you showed your barn at the end. Yeah,
right.
It was a great video, that one. It's all in the links below because I had a bit of everything, like like the getting the shelving, the exploring, and seeing your barn there. But that was like over a year ago now, way over a year ago.
Yeah, I think it was about a year and a half. It was in the July.
Something like that, yeah.
It wasn't last year. It was the year before in the July.
Yeah,
so, quite much. A lot of time has gone by.
True. Yes, very true. We got next. Oh yes. Do you want to do a little intro to your who you are on your YouTube channel? Because some people here might not know if they're watching back.
Yeah, my name's Derek. I have a YouTube channel called TatPeddler. I'm a full-time reseller. I sell things on eBay and Etsy mainly, and Facebook Marketplace, and I source at boot sales and auctions. And because I'm full-time, that's how I make all my living. So yeah, that's basically it. And I document it occasionally on YouTube when I do a video.
So if you haven't subbed to Derek's channel, it's in the links below in the description. I'll put them in the comment section and also in the top here. If you go onto the YouTube, I believe I put it in there. Yep, on the top pin section. Just pop on there and give him a sub and watch his videos later. So what have we got? We've got Pros Independent Traders popped in. Welcome. So a few hellos. Sharon. Right. Damien's popped in. Chris. Who else we got in? Monkey Thrifter there. Got the question from Chris, of course, about the barn.
I knew that. Yeah, easier said than done.
Chris will probably put our Tesla in it.
The other Tesla.
Yeah, Tesla. Yeah. Pat's popped in. Welcome. We got a question from Sharon. How do you like living in Scotland?
Yeah, I quite like Scotland. Yeah, I've been here for 22 years now.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
didn't realise it was that long, but
yeah, I came up here in 2000 to go to university, and
and you never left.
I never left.
Must got you used to the hardened of the weather.
Yeah, I suppose I just get used to it. But yeah,
true.
I quite like Scotland. Yeah.
I also got there. Oh, me, myself, and I. Welcome. I don't think I've seen you on channel before. Let me know how you found my channel. Bills and Moons popped in. No worries. Tonks, you're here as well. Richard popped in. Welcome. Let's quickly go down the list. Fix it for reselling. Stream Andrew. Let's go down the list. Bumpcrap Picker, welcome. Hope you're well. Bumpcrap, no worries. Hope all's well with you. Got a question there. Who's the better reseller?
Well, considering I need Richard to come up and help me with my barn roof, I'm going to say Richard. I'm going to say Richard. He's much better.
I forgot it. Ali's there as well.
Hi, Ali.
Stu. Oh, we got one question up here. Chris, quickly go through a couple of questions, then we go through. Can you speak Scottish?
Aye.
You'll be crossing the caper next.
Aye, Aye.
Oh dear, Stu. Stu's coming with it already. Question: will Derek be celebrating Burns night by eating a haggis and wearing a skirt?
Well, I've had haggis, neeps, and tatties tonight, but I'm not wearing a skirt, and I didn't have any whiskey either.
WW's popped in, Babs as well, and the Jimmy Riddle Show. Welcome. So, if you've got any questions, then pop them in the side chat, and I'll answer them when I go through the chat. So let me have a look what I've got here. I've done that as well. So for people who are not sure, do you want to give a brief rundown on how you plan to renovate your barn?
Yeah. Okay. So I've owned this house for around 10 years now, and I've renovated most of the internals of the actual house. But attached to the house are some old barns, and they're pretty much derelict. And it's always been my plan to repair the roof, because the roof has always been, there's all loose tiles, broken tiles, and it's got worse and worse and worse over the years. And now it's, well, a couple of years ago, I was quite worried about it, that it was all going to sort of cave in. So myself and my brother, Richard Payne, in the chat, we went up there and we've reinforced all the rafters of the roof. Well, most of them anyway. And then that allowed me to inspect how good the actual wood is up there. And although it's old, it's very old. I mean, the house is about 200 years old. So the barn will be the same. So it's old stuff, but it's actually not that bad, when you really get up to it and close. So a bit of repair is needed, some replacement where tiles have slipped and the water's got on the wood and it's really past its best. So yeah, the main plan is to replace all the tiles with metal sheeting. That's my plan.
Okay.
Because I'm only a DIYer. I haven't got any building experience, apart from I've renovated my house and I did most of that myself.
Yeah.
So I'm quite experienced, but I am only like a DIYer. So yeah, my plan is to replace the tiles with big metal sheets that look like tiles. You can get them; they basically look like the original pan tiles, which I'm taking off. And you get them in 5-meter sheets, and 5 meter by 1 meter, and you basically just lay them across the roof. But before I can do that, I've got to repair the wall, I've got to repair the wood, I've got to prepare for the guttering, I've got to put reinforcements in things. So there's a lot of work before I actually start on the actual roof itself. And I've got to also empty the barn because it's full of rubbish. Fair
enough. Yeah, keep you fit and strong.
There's about 10 years of rubbish in there, so that'll need sorting. So I've got skips coming next week.
All right. Okay. Yeah, you said about the meetup, you having skips. Yeah.
Yeah. So I've got a metal recycling skip, and I've got a general building waste skip. And yeah, basically, I'm probably going to fill them both up. So I have them for at least 2 weeks. I've paid for 2 weeks, so hopefully I can get that all done in at least a week. My son's going to help me. He's got a week off work, so he's going to help me.
Yeah.
So hopefully get all that done, and then once I've done that, I can start inspecting, really sort of checking out stuff and making the plan of what I need to address.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So yeah, and then it's basically a case of stripping the roof off, and putting the new roof back on, concrete in the floor,
yeah, and
putting the shelving up, and but between all of that, there's lots of different things. I've got
lots of different things. You're going to learn a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got to put guttering. Basically, half the gutter's missing. The gutters that are on there are completely shot.
Yeah.
there's a bit of drainage I need to sort out. There's a lot of stuff. So all this is going to take me all of this year easily.
Okay. Yeah.
I think anyway that I've allowed this year.
Right. Right.
I'm hoping that I might get it done
Yeah.
quicker, but I honestly don't know because it's all new to me, so it's just a case of seeing how it goes. But I'm going to be vlogging everything.
That's good though. It's good to see the process, and what I find vlogging it actually makes you do it.
Yeah. Well, this is another reason why I wanted to be on YouTube talking about it and stuff, is because that will force me to do it. Because I've wanted to do it probably about 3 years, 4 years. I've wanted to do it, and I haven't for various reasons. But this year, I've basically made a decision. I've got to do it this year.
Right.
Because I'm really struggling with the storage. I'm at capacity in my little garage.
Oh,
I've got a single garage where I store my stuff at the moment, and I've got my office here, and I'm really at capacity now, and I'm struggling for space. So yeah, having that storage area would be brilliant. But it is sort of phase one, because there's another barn beyond that, which
I didn't know that actually.
Yeah,
Just the one.
So yeah, the idea is I will eventually do that one as well. So this is the start of it, basically.
Okay, cool.
And the business will go in there as well, and that one has an upstairs as well. So when I get to that point, I'm hoping to have an office in there where I can work. But basically, I'll just come out of the house and go to work, sort of thing. That's my dream. And because it's attached to the house at the moment and it's all derelict, doing all of this is only going to help the value of the house as well, because at the moment,
that's very true. Yes,
it really drags the house down at the moment. Having like basically a derelict barn attached to it, it's always been a bad thing. But when I bought the house, it was always my plan to do it, but it's just took so long to do.
Yeah, just getting round to it. Yeah,
and cost as well. So I've saved
up.
Saved up a lot of money. So I'm aware it's going to cost a lot of money. But yeah, I've basically budgeted for it. So this year I can.
All right, that's all right. Yeah, get it done in about a year and so. Making allowances for varying things. Would you do it? So how would you would you be doing it during the week or just the weekends, or considering you go to a lot of Carboots and that?
Yeah, well, I source at the weekend, so they're really. I could probably do a bit in the afternoons. I'm hoping to do one or 2 days during the week.
Right.
That I'm going to dedicate to working on the barn. Of course, then eBay's probably going to go down, slip a little bit, because
that's the only thing.
But I've sort of accepted that's going to happen. It's going to be a bit of a slower year this year for me, but hopefully, if everything goes well and I get all this storage and stuff, I can expand the business, and then I'll make that all back in the following year.
You make it all back, yeah, definitely.
And then ongoing, I can just build the business up. So yeah, probably 1 or 2 days. When it gets to the point I'm actually removing the roof and refitting the roof and doing I'm going to concrete the floor. When I do that, that will probably be like a week's work.
That's true. Yeah.
So there'll be the intense times when I actually have to stop reselling, for a week or something, and
and then do that.
But overall, couple of days a week, and I'll try and pick and choose the best days as well with the weather.
I've
got to be out there in the rain and stuff.
And then when you're doing your main bits, it'll lead nicely into the summer.
Yeah, well, this is why I'm starting it now, so I can empty it and prep all the wooden stuff before the summer. So, May, June sort of time, I can look at stripping the roof off, because the roof will be off for quite a while before the new roof goes on, probably. So I'm gonna have to hope for like good weather, a good dry summer. It's going to be ideal. Yeah, because I won't really know or be able to do a lot of the work until the roof is off, the current
Right.
roof,
Okay.
because of the weight of the tiles. You really need to take them all off to be able to remove bits of wood and stuff. Otherwise, it all gets out of, and it will topple over.
That's fair enough.
So yeah, and because I'm doing it, DIY style, then I've also got to think of the safety aspect. So
Oh, that's very true. Yes, when
I'm
on the roof.
doing it
Yeah.
sort of belts and braces type
Yeah.
approach rather than taking any
Have the
risks.
plasters at the ready. First
Yeah,
aid kit and all that.
yeah, yeah.
Let's go down the chat and answer a couple of questions. Hi, Woo, thanks for popping in. I did see a couple of questions down there. There we go. Leads nicely into the renovation videos. Fix it. Which is Lee asking when's the first video coming out?
Yes, well, it'll be next week when the first video comes out. I think. I wasn't going to release the intro video because the first video is a little bit embarrassing, a bit on the embarrassing side because it's full of rubbish and it really is.
Yeah.
It is quite a mess in there, but this is the reason I'm doing it, because I realize it's so bad, and it's got to the point where it really needs doing now. So yeah, I wasn't going to release that until I've actually hired the skips and started the work. So the skips are coming on Monday to start emptying it. So yeah, I'll probably release it maybe Monday evening or something. I was going to premiere it. It's about half an hour long, and I go through and show all my plans. And what I would really like is people to come up with any ideas, because at the moment it's a bit of a blank canvas, and also because I'm only a DIYer, some people might be able to comment, "Oh, you could do it like this," or don't do it. Don't do what you just suggested. Whatever you do, don't do that. And I can take note of that, and then do a bit more research or whatever. So yeah, so that video's going to come out early next week, probably Monday. As soon as the skips are here, and I've done it.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, I always look forward to it.
Well, what I didn't want to do, because I've talked about the barn for many years now, and I didn't want to release a video saying, "Oh, look at my barn, I'm going to do all this," and then not actually do anything. So yeah, I wanted to make a start, but because the skips are now coming, I've just spent probably almost £400 on skips. I want to make sure I'm going to use them. So yeah, skips have basically doubled in price since I hired them for the house renovations. But I think everything's gone up in price.
100%. Yeah, it's just disgusting.
The wood's basically tripled since I was buying wood before for the walls and stuff in this house. So yeah, I'm still unsure whether to have the barn as just storage or for more of like working as well.
All right.
So I might do some photos in there and things. I think I'll do the listing in the house, because I've got this office, and I'll have this more or less empty then, because everything will go into the barn. So I'll probably list in here, but I might take photos in the barn where I've got the stock.
Because you can have a bigger area to take photos. Yeah,
that's what I'm thinking. But as I said, it's a bit of a blank canvas at the moment.
Naturally, but that's what it is. It's like doing it. You get ideas through, and then you do a bit of YouTube, and you're like, oh, I think I might do it this way or that way. So it's always you can chop and change as and when you see fit, or I
haven't really decided on anything set in stone, really. The only thing I've really done is I've got enough shelving to have the whole barn filled with racks. But I don't have to use all the shelving, so, and I can make the shelving I've got, you can make it higher as well, so I could have less shelves.
Oh, I see. Right.
Less aisles, but higher. the barn roof is quite high because I'm going to raise the I don't know what they call it, the bit of wood that goes across, which normally will be a ceiling. I'm raising that slightly for a couple of reasons. Mainly so I can use a less long bit of wood, basically, because I'm going to replace it'll come clear in the video, but I'm going to replace a lot of the wood that goes along the top, just because the stuff that's up there that's quite old now. So and I don't think that's the original wood either. So it's been added at some point.
Oh, okay, right.
So yeah, and it's just worse for wear. So I'm going to replace that. Yeah. So yeah, it's it's a lot of.
Definitely going to be an interesting ride through and see the processes.
I'm quite excited though. I just got to be careful that because obviously I've got bills to pay and I've got
That's true. Yeah,
I have to earn every month. And I haven't catered for earning nothing, so I've got enough to pay for the barn stuff, but I haven't got anything set aside really to cover me not making anything. I do still need to continue to
of course,
make enough,
a
at
couple
least
of days doing that, and then
but fingers crossed that should be fine. But
okay, no, sounds good though to be able to see that process all the way through, and then obviously once it's finished, you can then go and look back at it and go, oh, okay, that worked really well. That didn't work really well, because right at the end of the video, like end of the process, you could do a video and say what went well, what didn't go well, what I would like to do better in the future, that sort of thing.
I mean, I've still got that far barn to do as well. Like I said, there's another barn at the end. So this is sort of a blueprint for that really as well. To whatever I do on this barn, I'll probably be doing the same sort of work on the other barn. Hopefully that will be a lot quicker because I would have made all the mistakes on this barn.
That's true. Yeah, you can learn from it. Yeah, make it bigger and better, and
that's my thing.
Let's have a look down the list of question. Thunk says, with the new storage, how many items do you think you'll have listed in total? Basically meaning in the barn.
Once I'm in there, I reckon I could probably quadruple what I've got now if I wanted to. I don't think I do though. I think I just want ample space where I can. At the moment, everything's quite tight in my storage, and it's.
Oh, so getting tight. Yeah.
Get to, and especially my office, that's like ram-packed now. So just spread stuff out a bit. Have like a nice photography area that's nice and big, and maybe even two, one on a table and one like at the side. Maybe something I can, if I. Like sometimes I sell like deck chairs and stuff like that.
Yeah, so you go for the bigger items. Yeah,
I can place them, and that's another thing.
That'll be good. Yeah.
Furniture and stuff. I might be able to look.
That's very true. Because that's why a lot of resellers kind of don't get into, because they haven't got space for it.
Yeah. So it's not. I see a lot of people doing furniture. Closet Geek does it, doesn't he? And once I, have the barn and have the space, then it's something I could certainly look into. It's transporting it, because I haven't got a van or anything like that. So
okay, I see.
I haven't ruled it out, but it's something that
it's always something you can expand on later date.
But selling the stuff I've got now, if I really wanted to fill the barn, probably quadruple what I've got. But I don't think I really want that huge store, so I struggle with the time packing and all of that now.
Because I see what you mean.
So just have a bit more space and stuff.
It's always a handy thing to have a lot of space, and you can work through a lot. And
and a lot of this is purely to have the barns done as well, and it's just so happens I've got a purpose for the barns. So even before I did eBay, my plan was always to re-roof the barn.
Okay.
Even when I wasn't reselling, so It just so happens now I can make a really good use of the space, so, and it serves a purpose. So
yeah, definitely, it's always a good thing.
Yeah.
Let's have a look. Oh, we got another sub. Pete WW's just subbed to your channel.
Thank you.
Ali's put your link in. Subscribe to TatPeddler, and it's all in the description below as well.
Thanks, Ali.
I think we kind of covered that monkey thrifter. I'm a bit far behind it in the chat. Basically talking about Nick's like plan to do an Airbnb, that sort of thing.
Yeah, I won't be doing that.
No, of course not.
Although I guess in the past it's not something I've really considered, but I've always, before I was reselling, it was always in my mind,
Yeah.
I do all these barns, what am I going to actually use them for? Maybe I might have done something like that, but certainly not now, because when I'm reselling,
that's what it's looking forward to the future. Yeah,
just for my business.
Yeah. You won't be going and buying a 15,000 items like what Nick did. Jeez. What else we got down the list? So I'm just going down the list. It's a bit far behind. Oh, Yorkshire Mix popped in. Welcome, popping in. Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course you do. Yeah, they're definitely before the stay. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, before, during, and after as well.
Yeah, I have actually got some photos of when I actually moved in, because the barn's slightly different, because it had all, when I moved in, it had all the previous owners' stuff in it, which I had to get rid of. So, and the house is actually an old farmhouse, old farm.
Okay.
So there's cattle grids and stuff like that, and there's pig pens. So the bit that I'm renovating for the business, that was where like there's been cattle in there and pigs and all sorts of animals, and so I had to actually pull down some of there was like little brick pens that were in there originally that I took down because I needed the space. So yeah, I've got some footage of what it was like when I first moved in as well, which I'll probably upload.
Yeah, it'd be good to put that through on the videos.
Yeah.
What we got down here? Chris popped in. Welcome, Chris. Stu. We're talking about Andrew as project manager and couldn't afford the cider bill. Let's go another list. Let's go down the list. What we got? Oh, project says, how big is the barn?
I know the length of the roof I need to do is just over 17 meters long, but the actual barn that I'm going to use for the business, that's I would guess about 10 meters wide.
Yeah.
And probably about 7 across. The other bit of the barn, it will become clear in the video I release, is going to be a kitchen for my house. So the roof I'm covering will also cover the kitchen area as well. But I'm not going to cover that in my vlogs. I'm just going to keep to the business side of it.
That's fair enough.
It's basically the same work, but basically wherever I show in the video, I'm also doing the same work elsewhere as well.
Yeah, no, of course, yeah.
But yeah, I wasn't going to show that because I think that will confuse things, because the business part is a separate part to the house
separate part. Yeah.
Although when I do the roof, because it's all got to go in as one thing, you're going to see me doing the roof for the kitchen at the same time. But yeah, that's the way it goes.
True, yeah, very true. Just have a look to my questions. What number I've got? So we did touch a bit of it, but what are the advantages of this barn conversion?
Extra space.
Yep.
Making the house generally better from a value point of view, because the derelict barns are always going to bring it down, whereas a nice roof on it and nice concrete floor and all nicely walled out and stuff, that's going to be an asset. So
that's true.
So from that point of view, also I do actually want to move my driveway at some point. I mean, you know, this is going to use up all my sort of spare cash doing the barn, but a couple of years time, once I've sort of saved up a bit again, I'm going to put a driveway in, and that will be on the other side of the barn, and will become the sort of the first bit of the house where people will see more, whereas at the moment it's at the back. So yeah, or doing the barns now before I do the driveway makes sense. Otherwise, there's everybody who pulls up at the house are going to have to walk past a load of derelict buildings before they get to
that's true. Yeah.
So yeah, so there's that aspect of it as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, mainly just being able to expand the business and get all the tat out the house. I can access my office. There's a external door in my office as well, so I can get through from the house end the door to going outside, and I'll be able to get to the barn from there. So if I make a little path or something, so yeah, I can bring tat into here for you know, if I even need to bring it in. I don't even know if I need to bring it in. But if I did, then I could do it that way, and it would never have to even go in the house, which is a great benefit. You know,
yeah, true. Definitely 100%. Yeah. And basically, and how would you sort of keep the barn warm in space like a harsh winter or something?
Yeah, this is one thing I'm not quite sure whether it's worth fully insulating it or not. I'm gonna put walls up, very similar to what Nick's done with the OSB board, just to make the walls sort of warm. But I don't know whether to put insulation behind really or not. I don't know really if it's worth it, if it's just storage. What I am going to do, I'm going to pay a little bit extra on the roof panels that have, it's like a condensation drip barrier that they apply when they manufacture the panels. Basically, it absorbs the moisture, and then it lets it out once the dew point has dropped or something. So it doesn't just drip all from the metal roof.
Oh, okay. Right.
I will be putting membrane down anyway. But as far as the insulation, I'm not really sure whether it's worth it or not. I don't know, because I won't actually be working out there. You know, when the real winter hits, then I can just take photos in my office in here, and just use it for storage. If I do have a photography area, maybe I could look at adding like a little room in the corner which is insulated. I've thought about that.
Yeah.
And just insulate that one little bit of it rather than the whole barn. So insulation's expensive as well. So
that is true. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not too sure about that, but I'm erring towards not insulating it.
Okay. Yeah, it's fair enough. It's always something like sort of looking to in the future. It's just, as you said earlier, about the cost section, because it's not cheap insulating, of course.
No,
it's not. I did see tea cakes there. Got quick, says there, Derek, look into quick stage scaffolding, really easy to use and modify as you work, then sell it on when done.
Yeah, I've got some scaffold towers that you can basically move around, and I don't know if it's the same stuff, but it basically comes in like panels, like 5 or 6 panels, and they all sort of slide together. And yeah, I'm hoping to just get by with just that and just moving it around as and when I need to. It probly won't pass health and safety.
Well, I was thinking that we should do a certificate and helmet. Yeah.
I think if it was a proper building site, it'll probably get closed down. I don't know.
Well,
Don't
yeah.
know. Yeah, I'm just going to sort of muddle through best I can. I will.
Okay, that's fair enough.
I will do what I need to do to make
Yeah,
it
of course. Yeah, you know your
safe,
limits
but
as well. Yeah.
yeah, there's a few things that I probably won't do, but I've got these two scaffold towers. I used them
Okay.
before, and me and my brother were using them when we were reinforcing the wood. We had to go
Yeah.
right up on the eaves from inside the barn, so
All right.
we were right up the top on these scaffold towers.
Okay. And so I'm assuming that Richard will come like in the summer for a couple of weeks and help out.
Yeah, I think he was
Yeah.
talking about coming up to apply in the roof
Yeah.
onto the things. That's where I really need, 2 or 3 different people to hold on to the panel. They're
Yeah,
quite
that's fair
heavy, I
enough.
think. Although they're quite thin metal, they are quite heavy because they're 5-meter lengths.
Oh, right. No, it's fair enough. Let's have a look. So I've got in there now. Look at the chats. 1, 2. Done the barn. Yeah, as I say, with the barn videos, there's a lot of scope, as you're talking about there, doing the videos. A lot of scope for doing like with YouTube videos, putting into shorter videos, or you could do a long one, or even like a quick YouTube short. As I was like saying, you could do tips and advice as you go along. And then obviously, I say at the end, you could just do what went where, didn't go well, but there's a lot of scope for it, which obviously a lot of people will appreciate throughout.
Yeah. 'Cause the way I see it, there's a couple of ways I could do the videos. I could basically record it, a big chunk of it, and then say this is what I did on the roof over the last month or something, and then do just the roof part. Or I could just do like a weekly thing. This is what I did in general. There's a bit of roof, there's a bit of wall.
Yeah.
I think that's probably how I do it, because I don't know what order I'm going to do stuff in.
Oh, I see. Okay, and that's fair enough if you want to. Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely won't be doing tips or tricks, because
Okay, that's understandable.
I'll probably be doing stuff wrong. As I say, I'm not an expert at any of it, so I'm sort of learning myself.
Definitely. Many people are. It's just how you learn. You learn through doing it, watching. But YouTube go, oh, okay, I didn't realize that. And then obviously, as you said earlier, like people in the comments will say, if you do it like this, you can look at this video. I can do this. Okay. So it's always learning.
Yeah, I mean, I've got quite a lot of experience at this sort of thing. So I renovated my house. I basically rebuilt the whole interior of the house. So yeah, I'm quite experienced at it. But yeah, it is really, I'm still a DIYer, so
yeah,
I'm sure I've done many things in the house incorrectly.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah, as long as you've got all the tools for it and they're all like charged up and all ready to go.
Well, that's another thing I need to do. There's quite a lot of stuff, like tools I need to buy, because
I'm
going to need to buy new ladders.
Yeah, so that's another outlay as well. Yeah,
so we can both go up there. General tools, probably a couple of drills. There's loads and loads of like screws and all that sort of stuff I'm going to have to buy. Before I've even started.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's always a big inventory list to get. Yeah,
lots and lots of wood. So it's good.
yeah,
but yeah, I'm quite excited about doing it, really.
No, it's good. Yeah, so same here. I think a lot of people here said they're quite excited to see the Sid videos, how it's going. Going to be throughout the year. Yeah, definitely. I did see Neil's popped in. Hi, Neil, which is channel NEM. Have a look. Ian's popped in.
I just noticed Richard has commented. I'm not sure who mentioned it. But yeah, he commented that the walls are 1 foot.
Oh yes, I've just seen that. Yeah, 1 month.
Yeah. It's the same as my house. It's an old stone built cottage, with the barn.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
and they're really thick. The stone, you've got a stone, huge big stone, then you've got like a gap full of rubble and stuff, and then you've got another massive stone. So the actual wall's really, really thick. And yeah, because of that, it's quite well insulated in itself. That is.
Yeah, they're definitely with the thickness. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, and the walls aren't going anywhere. There's quite a lot of stone work to do on that, just repair work really. But
yeah.
The walls are nice and thick. So
yeah, good. Yeah, it's just basically taking it one step at a time, which, as I say here, like for example, me, myself, and I said looking forward to seeing all the progress, and obviously he's talked to you for a while, so
yeah, I've been talking about it for a while.
Yeah,
but I honestly don't know how long it. I could finish it a lot quicker than what I thought I would, or it might take much longer. I might still be.
Yeah, there's a lot of factors, especially with the weather and
year,
whatever happening, and yeah.
I imagine I'll probably, even though I'm in and I'm sort of doing it, there might be the odd thing I need to fix.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Like the guttering, for example, I'll probably start moving the tat in there before I've put the guttering on, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
As soon as I can get tat in there, it's going to start getting.
Yeah, that's my next question going to be when we're going to be moving it in. But yeah.
At the moment, I come home from the boot sale and I've literally got nowhere to put it. So
I think a lot of people are like that. Yeah.
So if I've got a big empty barn, the first day that the roof is on and the concrete floor is on, the tat will start to go in.
Yeah, go ding. Yep, straight in there.
But as far as that's concerned, I want to make sure that I keep, because there'd be a death piles are probably going to end up going in there as well. So I'm going to have to try and keep like a separate corner just for the death pile somehow. So that's another thing I've got to think about when I sort of design the final layout of how I'm going to work. So I've got to be conscious of that as well.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah, keep it all separate. Yeah, which is a best thing as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to have a look. We've got questions. We got hi, June. Thanks for popping in. Appreciate that. Jilly B's popped in there. Mike Harris as well. Thank you for popping in, Mike. T-Cake says there, don't seal walls of an old building up with foam, Viz Queen, and the likes. They need to breathe. Get the roof and floor right, and the rest will look after itself.
Yeah. I mean, when I renovated the house, they'd injected the walls with 70s damp proofing, and they put concrete all along the sandstone. I had to chip it all off. Yeah, because that just makes the sandstone hold the water, and it basically just crumbles away. Yeah, so I know quite a bit about the sandstone. When I've rebuilt the walls, some of the walls of my house in sandstone, and use lime mortar and stuff. And I'm going to have to basically do the same with the barn. Although with the barn, I'm a little bit more not so concerned because I've got to keep reminding myself it is just a barn. It's not my house, so probably not be as careful and that sort of stuff as I was in the house as far as that sort of stuff is concerned. But
okay, that's fair enough. We're going through my list. And obviously when it's time to put your stock in the barn, obviously will that get vlogged when you put your stock in the barn, or will it not?
I'm still not sure whether to actually move my current stock in, from where I've got it now, because obviously I've got a garage. It's on my own land, so I'm not paying rent or anything. So, if I remove all the stuff out there, that's just going to be empty then. So, I don't know whether to leave that and then start putting new stuff in the new barn, and eventually the other one will just empty itself when things sell.
That's true when things sell, yeah, because you don't keep moving it, and then you lose something, you can't find
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Although if I did some, I'll probably do that. Maybe give it 6 months where I don't move anything, and then
Yeah.
once after about 6 months, maybe then go through it, because there's a lot in there that I think is actually dropped off eBay, so it's not
Oh,
even
okay.
listed.
Yeah, do like an inventory. Yeah,
Yeah,
go through all.
it'll be a good time to do that, I think. But
Yeah,
yeah,
cool.
but I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with the old building. I did think about using it just for like breakables, like ceramics and things. Because
Okay, yeah.
I sell things like, video recorders and radios and stuff.
Yeah.
At the moment I've got all these ceramics next to hi-fis, and
Ah, I see.
it's
Yeah,
I've got to be quite careful
be
all
careful,
the
yeah,
time.
getting it out and yeah.
Yeah, whereas if I can have that just for the ceramics, maybe, and then I don't, I know if I go in there, I've just got to be careful everywhere I go.
Yeah, you got to be careful, yeah, and
Whereas the other place, I don't have to worry so much. Maybe I honestly don't know. But yeah, I think I won't move everything over sort of straight away.
yeah, I don't
Maybe
think
let
you
me
really need
use
to
it
move
then.
anything straight away. It's just causing another headache, really. Keep moving
Yeah,
it.
it will be different if I was like renting a storage
Oh,
unit
of course,
somewhere
yeah,
else. Then I
yeah.
would move. But because it's sort of my own thing anyway, and
Mhm.
I've got, and where the I say it's a garage, I purposely built it for reselling, so it's nowhere I can get a car or anything like that. So if I do empty it of tap, then I can't really put anything else in it, because it's just outside my office
Mm. Yeah.
out the way. So I can't use it for anything else really, apart from like, well, maybe use it as like a garden shed type thing. But I've already got one of them, so,
Fair enough, yeah. I just find there's always something to put in somewhere. Yeah.
yeah,
If there's
I'm
empty
sure I could
spaces
put it.
at the reseller, you feel it. Yeah.
Yeah, unless I use it for the death pile, that could be another option.
Yeah, that's true, yeah. You can put it in
Possibly
there, yeah.
use it, leave all the shelving in there, and then put the new
Yeah.
stock that comes in there. Maybe that could be an idea. Like I say, all these things are, I haven't really set anything in stone yet. So yeah, all that stuff, I'm open to suggestions.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely. If anyone's got any suggestions, put either in the side chat or in the comments below for this chat, or when Derek puts his video up on YouTube, go over to his video, watch it, and then put a comment in what you think. And yeah,
yeah. To
definitely.
add to that, yeah. When I do these videos,
Yeah.
it'll be really great to get ideas,
Mm.
criticism. Say if I'm doing something wrong, let
Yeah.
me know. I don't mind. I might ignore it, but if you let me know, I'll definitely take it on board. And I might change what I'm doing, because it's such a long project. If you see me doing, fixing something, I'm probably got another 10 very similar jobs to do. So
Yeah.
on the first one, if you say, "Oh, you've done that wrong," then I can do it correctly for the rest of them. So yeah, I'm open to criticism and ideas and all of that. So yeah, it'd be great to get stuff in the comments.
Yeah, definitely. Who we got there? Thrifty George popped in. Thank you for popping in. Junior says there about meetups in Barnes.
I think, as I said before, I think the barn will be full very, very quick
Well, I
before
can
any
imagine.
meetup
Yeah.
would happen. Yeah, I think the first boot sale I do with a floor and a roof on the barn, there's going
Yeah.
to be tat straight in there.
Yeah, I think maybe you possibly be tempted to buy a bit more if you got like bigger premises.
Yeah, well, saying that, I have recently I've started to have it in my mind about where things are going to go if
Oh,
I buy
okay.
it. So it has limited me, not massively, but towards the end of last year, I was very conscious of the amount of stuff that I was buying and very little
Yeah.
space to put it. But I also don't really want to just to put it straight on a death pile either. but with bigger working space, you know, more space to move around and stuff, hopefully that will allow me to list quicker and process things a little bit quicker.
Yeah.
Testing as well. If I can have some sort of testing rig, you know, that's nice big area where I can work, that'd be good.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, as you say, like get stuff in. You've got areas to put stuff, and you think, right, I'm going to do these, get them tested, get them photographed, get them on eBay. And in theory, that's theory. It should quicken up the process, and
Yeah.
and then if you're out in the barns, less distractions.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
that's another thing as well,
Yeah.
because I'm hoping, I feel like I'm going to work.
Yeah, you're going
At
out
the
to work.
moment,
Yeah,
at the moment, I'm sort of going in and out of
in and out, and
my
yeah,
office into the kitchen and
kitchen. Yeah,
living room and stuff like that. You know, I think I'll be more productive if I'm working out there.
yeah. I think
But that's
you will
really
do.
only
Yeah.
going to happen. It's only going to happen in the warmer months. You know, I can't see me being out there in the freezing cold.
Well, no, that's true. No, but you still got that option, as you say, to bring some stuff inside and do some listing.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
longer term, like I said, I've got the barn further down that
yeah,
that will probably be insulated. If I'm going to work in there, I'll insulate that. So yeah, but that will come probably not the following year, but maybe the year after that. But there's
fair
a
enough.
lot less
Yeah,
work to do there. The roof is a lot better in there. I think in that far barn, the roof has been the actual wood of the roof has been replaced at some point. So that's a lot better condition. Although a lot of the tiles are starting to slip there and stuff. But as part of this work I'm doing now this year, I am going to sort of fix up that end barn a bit. You know, where the tiles have slipped, I'm going to get up there and put them back. So I was doing that fairly regularly when I first moved in, but I just stopped doing it, and now there's just loads slipped on there, and water starts to get in. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna fix all that up, because
that makes sense. Yeah,
that's gonna be the only place I can store stuff that I want to keep as well, because I'm emptying the barn, but there's a few things I actually want to keep in there. So I'm going to have to put that somewhere, and that's the only place to put it. So, you know, I want to get that as watertight as I can. It's pretty good,
definitely.
but it does need a new roof. But the roof that's on there it will hold up for another few years, I think.
Okay, right. Yeah. Yeah, and then obviously that gives you a bit more chance to get a bit more cash together to complete those other projects.
Yeah. I've got quite a lot sort of planned in the future.
Yeah.
As I said, I've got the driveway to do, and I do want to do. I've got some land at the side which I want to put some sort of business on there. So there's always like projects that you know I'm always saving for. So all these things have to be done in a gradual basis, as and when I get the money together.
Definitely. Yeah, that's a good thing about one of the good things about being full time. You can fit the projects around your business as long as you've taken ample time to make sure you've listed stuff and stuff selling, and then you can fit it around.
Yeah, well, what I'm hoping, like the times where I'm going to be having the days off. Say if I have the Friday, I plan to have the Friday off, and I'm going to look at the weather app to sort of see when the best day is to be working outside. The day before, I work extra hard, so I've listed. Maybe even schedule it so the listings go live on the day
that could work.
I'm working out
for a few days in advance.
Yeah, and the same again. You know, the week that Richard comes up to put the roof on with me. I probably work really hard the week before, get loads of things scheduled, so there's stuff going on, and then really all I've got to do is pack items that sell. You know, on the days that I'm not working. So yeah, it's going to be hard to sort of juggle it and stuff, but yeah, it's basically got to be done. So I'll just just accepted I'm gonna
Yeah, just absolutely got to do it. Yeah.
eBay will probably suffer a little bit this year, but if I don't do it, then it's never gonna get
That's
done.
true. Yeah.
Because I wouldn't be able to afford to get a builder. I mean, I had quotes to replace the roof, and some of them were absolute fortune. I mean, it's going to be expensive as it is just me doing it, but crazy money for a proper builder to come in and do it.
Oh, it would be. Yeah, it'd be a hell of a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's the only way to do it, really.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, doing it yourself and with your brother a bit, you gain experience and then you learn throughout. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, my eldest son, he's going to help for a lot of it. Although he's working full time now, so it'll be as and when he can. But my other son, he's going to be going to college learning construction. So it's a really good experience for him as well to just get stuck in.
Oh, yes, yeah.
So it'll be good for him as well. So he's quite looking forward to helping and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I'm sure the college appreciate that. Yeah, him being doing more construction. Yeah.
So, hope he doesn't learn all the bad things, all the bad ways of doing stuff. But hopefully he'll have. Well, he hasn't started the course yet. So.
Oh, okay, right.
So yeah, but it'll give him an idea of the sort of work that's involved, and stuff. So
yeah.
So yeah, I think it'll be good from that point of view as well.
Yeah, definitely will. Yeah.
And it's all extra help for me. So
yeah, that's always a good thing. Things might get done slightly quicker, and you can do things differently, even more help. Yeah.
But it'll usually just be me, basically on my own, and then I'll get the help as and when I can, or they're able to do it. But most of it will just be me. But that's fine. I can just potter about and get on with the stuff.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, potter about and do a few bits. Yeah.
I'll just have to plan where certain stuff I'm going to need help. Like if it's a 2-man job to hold something up.
Yeah, hold stuff. Yeah, big stuff.
So yeah, there'll be certain things I have to need help with, but a lot of it I'll probably just muddle through on my own. As I say, health and safety might not like it, but
don't worry. A lot of time it goes out the window. Sure, it does. Don't forget the hard hat and all that.
Yeah, well, yeah, I've still got them from doing my house renovations.
Fair enough. Let's have a look down the chat. David's popped in. Welcome, David. What we got down the list? Anywhere? We're talking amongst themselves, I think, for a moment. Yeah, that's what me, myself, and I said about like what you were saying. You'll double your income the year after. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm banking on, really.
Yeah.
And going forward after that as well. I think I'll make that just for the fact that hopefully I'll be listing more stuff and be a bit more productive.
Yeah.
For various reasons. So yeah, I think I just got to accept that this year's going to be a slower year, but that's not too bad.
No, definitely.
As long as I sort of pay my bills, have a little bit to sort of, for general spending. But apart from that, I don't really have to save. I mean, it'd be nice to be able to save for the next stages and stuff, but it's not the end of the world, and it's got to be done. There's no, as I said before, a couple of years ago, I was worried about it all collapsing, especially when it snows, because I get.
Oh, I see. Snow quite heavily up in Scotland. Yeah,
you get a lot of snow. Well,
you do indeed.
We haven't really had it this year, but the roof is so. I was so worried about the weight and those. What's on there now is handmade clay tiles, and they're so heavy, these tiles. And I was really worried that it was all going to sort of cave in, but I'm quite shocked it actually hasn't. But but those tiles also sell on eBay as well. So I'm hoping to basically pile up the old tiles and sell them. So I'll have like 3 grades: perfect, sort of media, and then really rubbish ones. But the really rubbish ones still have value because you can sell them a little bit cheaper. But depending on what people want to do, they can cut off the edge.
Yeah, cut. Yeah.
You know, depending on how they're designing their roof, so they still have value as well. So yeah, so hopefully that will basically, if I sell them all at a decent price, it will pay for the new roof covering. So it's almost a no-brainer. But
No,
I think
definitely.
it will take many years. You know, they're going to be piled up in the corner of my land, and they just sell whenever they sell. You know, but because I'm in Scotland, and these are on old buildings quite a lot all over the place. These old pan tiles, and they're always slipping off and smashing and all that. You know, I can see them being fairly popular, you know, locally. So
yeah,
you know, all I need is one builder to sort of need 1,000 of them or something, and I'll just get rid of the lot.
Definitely, it'll take a lot.
Yeah, I don't actually know how many I've got on there, but there's quite a few.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be a few. Yeah,
I've actually got there's another barn further down my field that stands on its own. But that's got half a roof on it as well. That's all sort of knackered and derelict. But I did think about using the tiles off the barn I'm doing to fix that one. But then I thought, well, there's no point in doing that because I could just use these metal sheets on that one as well. So I think I'm just going to sell all the tiles and just use the metal sheets.
Yeah, probably best to get rid of the tile. Yeah.
Yeah, because they're always slipping, and they don't, because they're handmade. None of them are the same.
Oh, I see. All different shapes. Yeah.
Yeah, so they don't like a normal tile. They all clip in perfectly.
Yeah, they don't match. Just slip off and smash. Yeah.
Yeah, these ones are still sort of slightly bendier than the others, and it's just a bit of a nightmare. You know, in between, there's concrete in between them to seal up little gaps.
Yeah.
And it's, yeah, I don't really want to be laying them, especially not being a professional roofer.
True. Yeah.
The metal sheets are a lot more DIY friendly, I think.
Michelle's popped in there. What have we got down the list? I've got a couple more questions, I think, in there. Quickly go through, see if we haven't said those. As I said, I didn't realise you had, like, because you said you had 2 sheds. I'm like, okay, and then you got 3. I'm like, I didn't realise. Quite a big land then you've got.
Yeah, I think it's about 2 acres in total. So there's basically 2 fields with a barn in the middle.
Wow.
And that barn's basically it sort of sits on its own. I
okay.
think it originally was some sort of property, like a long time ago. And there's like a fireplace in it and stuff like that. And you can see where it's been plastered and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, in the 1800s or something like that. So.
So do people actually walk on that land, or they're not allowed to, or?
Well, it's all cut off now because I've got fence up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so nobody can at the moment.
No, that's good. Yeah, it's always a good way up your mind. No one's walking in and where they're going to do.
I had somebody. I went out there once, and there was a guy down at this barn further down in the field.
Yeah.
Spraying graffiti on the side of it. So I chased him up the hill because there's a little stream, and then there's there's a farmer's field next to my field. So I jumped over the stream. He was running up the farmer's field, which is a hill. And I chased him up there, and there's a railway line at the top. And I got to the top, and he ran underneath the railway line, under the bridge, and ran away. So I got to the top and shouted some expletives at him. But then I was thinking, I was really out of breath by the time I got to the top, and I thought, well, if you turned around and then thought, right, okay, now I'm going to challenge this guy, I probably would have just collapsed because I was so knackered after running up the hill. So I don't actually know what I would have done if it, if it turned
Oh, that's very
round.
true. Yeah, if you turn around and faced you, yeah.
Yeah. So luckily he ran off anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the only time I've ever had
Okay, that's
anybody
fair enough. Yeah.
random turning up and looking around. So.
Okay. I mean, myself and I just saying there that you'll smash it. Don't forget that invites and all that sort of stuff. Yeah.
Thank you. Hopefully.
Yeah. You get a big ribbon, and when you finish, you get a massive ribbon, and get someone famous, and get a big pair of scissors.
I declare this bar
Now open.
Yeah.
That's what Nick needs to do, to be honest. Get the same thing.
I'll get some famous reseller to come here and do it.
Oh, what have I got in there? Oh, I was just going to ask about your land and the around your barn. In like really bad weather, like rain and that really heavy rain, does that area around there flood, or is it okay?
It's okay. The problem I have is there's a little stream that runs along at the edge of my fields,
Right.
which is between my field and the farmer's field next to it. And that stream, it basically takes the water off the motorway. There's a motorway that runs further along.
Oh,
and
that's
basically all
okay.
the drains from the motorway. And so in heavy rain, that gets quite high, and it does flood a bit further down the field, right at the sort of end.
Oh, okay.
At the moment, it doesn't matter because I don't use the field, so it doesn't. I don't really care really. But if I ever did want to use the fields for anything, then that would be a concern. But really, the stream needs digging out. It's basically never been touched, and there's trees that have fallen into it, and there's a little waterfall at one point where it's all blocked. So if that was all clear, I don't think it would flood then. So when if I ever do anything with the land, that's something I don't own the stream, so I'll have to get the water boards come along.
Oh, so the water board to come out and
do it. I was actually speaking to one of the guys in the water board yesterday about that because they're doing some works opposite me, and he was surveying the stream, and I was telling him that it really needs digging out, and he was going to put some sort of note about it. So maybe they'll do something about that.
I'm sure they will. If it's a nuisance to them, then they'll do it. Yeah.
But it floods a little bit down at the end, but it needs to be really bad rain, and at the moment, it doesn't really concern me, But if I do use the land in the future for business, which I'm hoping to do long term, I'll have to sort it then. But I'm not worried about that because that's going to be
not fair enough. Yeah,
that's a long way off yet.
Yeah, that's all something in the back of my mind, like flooding, because obviously, like I think I remember you saying before you had a fair amount of land. Yeah. Let's have a look in the chat. Question from Monkey Thrifter. Would you ever go back into software development if you ever needed to?
If I needed to, I would. I don't really want to. But yeah, I would if I needed to. I don't think I'd want to be as sort of high up as I was when I eventually gave it up. I think I'd go back to just basically being a basic programmer.
Yeah.
Because I found it very, very stressful. So I would do, but I'd do it without the stress, or try and do it with little stress as possible.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah, it's difficult. Like I don't know myself, like because I'm not full time, but when you're full time, you sort of get used to it. I know, like obviously you got to earn the money to pay the bills, etc. But you kind of get used to it, and you sort of like think it's quite hard to actually think about going back into even a part-time role.
Yeah, I've thought about it a few times. I mean, about 3 years ago, I needed the money basically,
Yeah.
but I decided to basically put more effort into reselling instead of going back to doing it, and that worked out the best way.
Okay.
So yeah, I think reselling would have to really have, stopped working for me to be able to, for me to actually consider doing that. But I would never rule it out, but I very much doubt it. I get a few people message me occasionally from the industry and ask me stuff, but I just rather I try not to think about it too much. Because I think if I thought about it too much, I might get dragged back
No,
into
you might
it.
do, yeah, and there's the stress of it all, and then
It would be great for
suffer a bit, yeah.
It would be great for like 6 months or something, but then I can see
True,
me
yeah, with all the people there, yeah.
I think it would just,
But then it gets to dark nights and horrible days. It's like, oh, what am I doing this for? Yeah.
Yeah. No, but I'm happy just doing what I'm doing.
Yeah,
Really.
that's good. Yeah, you seem happy doing your reselling and that, and then also you've got a lot to concentrate on over the next year.
Yeah. Well,
and getting back into YouTube as well and all that.
I probably wouldn't been able to do the barn work myself if I was working full time. It would certainly take a lot longer.
That's true. It'd take a lot longer, yeah.
Because I wouldn't, I'd have to book holidays and all that, wouldn't I?
Oh, that's true. Yeah, you book a lot of holidays, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah, and if you're booking holidays, you might rush through it a bit more because you've only got a certain amount of time to do it. But now you can sort of concentrate and do this bit this time, and then get back to it if the weather's okay, or if you need to go back to it, or if anything happens, because obviously you never know what's going to happen in the future.
Well, that's it. I mean, the weather's a good point because at the moment I can look at the weather and think, oh, it's rainy tomorrow, so I'm just going to carry on with eBay. Whereas if I booked holiday, then I'm going to have that day off, whether it's raining or not.
Yeah, true. You're going to have to do it. Yeah.
So reselling means I can be totally flexible.
That's very true. Yes, that was a good thing about that. Who mows all that land?
No one. It's basically.
I don't think they did. All like high up.
Yeah. In the summer, it's basically like a jungle. What I used to do when my kids were younger, I had ride on tractors, little.
Oh, ride on one, yeah.
Ride on mowers. I've still got them. There's 2 of them, and I'm keeping one. I'm gonna sell the other. This is part of the cleanup. One of them's in the barn.
Yeah.
Basically, I used to make tracks through the field. So they used to drive these tractors around the tracks, and they used to be like junctions and stuff. It was actually really good. And they used to invite their friends around and stuff. And I had a little thing that had a tow ball on one of them where they could tow their mates along. And I had a bit of wood with some wheels on and 2 chairs. And and the kids sat and they pulled them along.
Get towed along, yeah.
And it was all around these little tracks. It was actually really, really good fun, that was. But
I can imagine,
the weeds basically were like 6 foot high, so it was like a jungle.
Oh dear.
Yeah, no one mows it. Basically, I used to mow the top of the field, but in the end I gave it. Basically,
it just takes too much time off. Yeah, all that land.
There's really no point when I'm not doing anything with the land.
No, just leave it. Yeah,
I just leave it.
Yeah, so that's understandable. Let's have a quick look, see if I've got anything else on there that we haven't talked about. Have we done that on I've done that. And you touched on it a little bit, but what have you actually found in your barn that you can talk about?
Found? What do you mean,
like basically what you've got in the barn? Because obviously some things you like knew you had, but you kind of forgot about?
Well, when I moved in, there was quite a few interesting things. There were some
Oh yeah,
old bottles with Dunfermline written on them.
yeah.
Which is the place where I live, and other areas as well around. And I've still got them. There was loads and loads of jam jars. They're still in there
Random.
actually.
Yeah.
Because what happened was it was originally a farm, like back in the
Right.
1800s.
Yeah.
And then I think around the early 1900s, I think they sort of wound it down to more of like a little small holding.
Oh, okay.
And then in the 60s, the motorway was added further along.
Mm-hmm.
So I think my 2 acres originally was like 20 acres.
Oh, all around. Then the motorway came
And
in, and yeah.
basically they sold off some of the land and stuff. So
Ah, I see. Yeah.
so they've made it into like a little small holding now. And the people who were here before me, they used to have chickens and pigs and stuff like this,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and they used to sell eggs and stuff like that from the house. Because on the door of the barn, there's like chalk marks where they've sort of counted, and I found
Oh, okay.
booking
Yeah.
like
Counted.
a book where's this is such and such from down the road wants 5 eggs on a
Mm-hmm.
Tuesday
Yeah.
and stuff like this. So yeah, there was that sort of stuff which is quite interesting. As far as my stuff that's in the barn, there's probably, I mean, I haven't emptied it yet, so I'm not really sure. I'm sure I'll find things that
Yeah, I'm
I've
sure you will do.
forgotten that I
Yeah.
put in there. But there's quite a lot of stuff in there, and stuff that I intended to do stuff with but never did, and that sort
Oh,
of
so you
stuff.
put in there and forgot about.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, so it's become a bit of a dumping ground in the last few years. So there's a lot of
Mm-hmm.
rubbish in there, and because the roof leaks, I mean, I've tried to keep the good stuff undercover because
Okay.
there's
Yeah.
parts of the roof that is still okay. It's mainly round by the top of the ridge where it really leaks. So I tried to keep certain stuff dry in various areas, but there's stuff in there that I probably can't remember putting it in
Mm-hmm.
there. So yeah, it'd be interesting when I actually empty it to find things. But pretty much anything good I'm going to sell locally on Facebook.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If it's knackered, I'm skipping it, dumping it. And then there's a few things that I'll probably keep, and that's where I use that far barn to put
Oh,
that
okay. To
stuff.
put the stuff. Yeah.
And I'll be emptying stuff out that barn as well because there's rubbish in there. So when I've got the skip, I'm going to take the opportunity to clear all that out as well. So yeah, there will be stuff in there. There's stuff from the house when I did my house renovation. There's is it parquet flooring? There's a load
Oh,
of
yeah.
parquet flooring in there, which I always meant to sell. I never did, and it's basically just a big box of it, well, a couple of boxes of it, but not sure how well that survived because that might have got a bit damp and stuff.
I'll see a bit of that. Yeah.
So there's that I can probably sell, and there's a caravan fireplace that I bought for my own caravan. I bought it for my own caravan from eBay.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
I never fitted it, and I've sold the caravan since. So
Oh, right. Yeah. Still got that left. Yeah.
hopefully that will sell on eBay.
Jeez,
If
it's like a treasure trove. Wow.
if it's still intact.
Yeah. Yeah.
It may be ruined. All this stuff.
Possibly, yeah.
I've just got to see. But yeah.
Interesting. Definitely. Let's go through a few more questions down the list. Chris says there, what year do you anticipate finishing the barn in?
2050.
Okay, Chris, done.
I'll have a retirement party or something. No, I do hope to finish it this year. But as I say, if it runs into next year, fine. But I would
at
like
least you get the most of it done, or this year. Even if it does run into next year, it can be usable to put your stuff in and start doing the reselling from there.
Yeah, the end of this year, I want the roof done and the floor tarmacked. Not tarmacked, concreted.
Let's have a look down the list. What I got? Anything else? Ali pitching in there about paying brothers mow off. Great video before they sell would be like a duck race with mini tractors. True.
We're gonna have a race from. Well, one of my tractors, it's quite a fast one for a tractor. The other one's a smaller one, so yeah, there'd be an unfair advantage. We'd have to time ourselves or something instead.
Neil says there, which part of Scotland do you live? As my wife's auntie used to live in Kipford in Dumfries.
Yeah, I'm in Fife, just over the bridge. So yeah, a little bit further from Dumfries, a little bit further north.
Yeah, fair enough. And as I should know this already, but I'm assuming it isn't that far away from all the boot sales.
No, well, the biggest boot sale I go to, that's 45 miles away. So it is
okay, right.
It's a fair distance. And the other one I have to go over to Edinburgh. But, it's I do have to drive a fair distance to get to them. There's plenty about.
Yeah, I'm sure the barn, like when you do the barn conversion and you have your eBay day, you're more inclined to sort of work through the backlog.
Yeah, I hope so, because it will be more clearer and
more clear and kind of less to move.
Space, space to sort through it. So I think that would really help. I think just having the space to sort of move and stuff will make things a lot better.
Yeah, totally. Let's go quickly going down the list. Only quick questions. We'll end the stream in about 5-10 minutes or so. Let's have a look down the list. Let's go down the list. Anything else we've got? I can see. Rescuing sheep. I was talking about sheep and rescuing stuff from like fences and something that was, I think Neil said up there about getting a goat to eat the grass and
I've rescued a few sheep. Their heads get stuck in the fence. I've had to do that a few times.
That's fair enough. Down the bottom of there. Let's have a look.
The sheep have only just come back into the fields. The farmer must have took them away for the winter.
Oh, so they come back, yeah.
They're back now. So I'm probably going to be on sheep rescuing duties again for the next few months.
Probably, yeah.
But at least I won't get sheep in my garden now, because they used to jump over the stream, come into the field, and sort of pass into my sort of around my house and stuff. And I used to stand outside my office door, and there used to be like a sheep standing there.
Oh, I see. All right.
It's quite scary, really. But the farmer repaired his fence, so it shouldn't happen there.
Fair enough. Oh, Tommy's popped in there. What's it saying there about becoming a lord in Scotland? Doesn't matter where you buy, it's a piece of land. Does good land make you more powerful?
You can buy a bit of my land, and I'll call you Lord Tommy if you do that.
Yeah, Lord Tommy of not YouTube. Right, it's gonna be there. So you said for people who are like popping in and out, you said you have a video out next week.
Yeah, I want to premiere it because I thought it might be quite good to chat as it's going on as well.
Fine, yeah.
So yeah, maybe I'll do it. Maybe even Sunday night. I'll have a think. But
Okay.
I've edited it. It's all ready to go.
Oh, so we're ready to go. Okay,
Um,
just got to work out a day, good day to premiere the
yeah,
video. Okay.
yeah. Early next week, probably Monday
Yeah, sounds
maybe.
good.
And Monday might be good because I would have spent a day working out there as well at that point.
Yeah,
So
yeah, of course. And then you can
we'll
give a little
skip,
insight and that. Yeah.
skip to arriving and stuff. So
Okay. Yeah, no, sounds good. Yeah, as I say, people in the side chat, whoever's watching back, do sub to Derek. It's in the description below. But after the video, I'll put the links to his channel in the comment section as well to go and sub and check out his content. And then he'll have the updates throughout this year with the barn conversion.
yeah, I was going to put a little bit more on Instagram as well with the barn as
Okay,
well.
yeah,
So
sounds good. Yeah, I think a lot of people will interact as well.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't really use Instagram, but I can imagine this sort of thing might suit it. I'm not really sure, but like posting
I'm
pictures
sure
up
it would
and
do.
stuff like
Yeah.
that. But even if I'm not releasing a video every, I won't be releasing a video every day. It'll be like
No, of course, sure. Yeah.
every week at the very
Yeah.
most. But probably once a fortnight release a video. So, but I could probably release an Instagram photo or something more regularly. A little snippet of what I'm up to, maybe.
Yeah, I'm sure people will like that, and obviously Instagram will give it a big push, and then obviously there'll probably be people like asking questions and maybe giving tips or whatever. But yeah, it's something that people, I reckon, would probably like via Instagram, because there's some weird things on Instagram, to be honest. But I try and post when I can, but I don't use it that often. But I'm one of these people who, if I'm scrolling through, I could scroll through for ages and then thought, shit, I shouldn't be scrolling through. But I tend not to scroll too much when I can. I just pick up information here and there. But yeah, it'd be good to get back into seeing what you've got on with your barn and that, and bits like maybe that you don't want to put in the video. You just want to share as one little photo or something very interesting.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Just so people can get a tiny little update.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
But I don't actually have to do a whole video.
No, of
So
course. Yeah,
I can see them being. I see the videos being, a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Between each one.
Yeah, and I'm sure like when Instagram promotes that particular photo, whatever, and then your Instagram channel, then obviously people may head over again to your YouTube and check it out, because I've had a fair amount of conversion rate from Instagram people checking out my channel. So it does work in a way, but yeah.
I'll give it a go and see how popular it is.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. It's good to chat about the barn, and then obviously, as you say, it gives you more scope to want to get that barn started and progress with it. So keep up the updates, Derek, and we'll be all watching your videos.
Yeah, I'll try and premiere the one.
Yeah.
Next week, and I'll schedule it in advance. So
okay, yeah, I'm sure the premiere will go. I'll pop in and watch that video and premiere.
Yeah,
definitely. So as I say, do check out Derek's channels, all in the descriptions below and all that. And as I say, do like, share, and subscribe, and keep subscribed for more content on my channel and Derek's channel. And thanks, Derek, for popping on to talk about your barn.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
And thanks everyone for popping in with all your comments and questions and chat. And I shall be back next Wednesday, 8:30 p.m. I'll have a whole video. I'm off to a jumble sale on Saturday, so I should have a whole video from the jumble, probably Sunday or Monday or something like that. So check it out and check out Derek's channel. And thanks everyone popping in and take care.
Cheers,
See ya.
everybody. Bye.